NBA 2K26. You clicked on this video because your build got patched. Well, I'm here to tell you that you have found the right video because I'll be going over not one, not two, but 3 versions of this build depending on the cap breakers you have so that you have the best build after patch 2.0 in NBA 2K26. If you are tired of losing games to absolute bums and want to start going on huge win streaks every time you play NBA 2K26, this build allows me to 21-0 all of my opponents with ease just because of how elite this build is all the way around. From our finishing category all the way to our physical. I'm not even sure why this kid is trying because every game I play, I win 21-0. Watch this. Great, come on, man, you can't hold me. I need you guys to listen up. First of all, don't be bad like this kid. Getting 21-0 is embarrassing. Hold on, this kid cannot guard me at all. Like, not at all. Oh my God. Green, come on. Before I win this game, I want to show you guys on how you can get on the action with my partners at DraftKings Pick 6. All new customers that play $5 or more will receive $50 instantly in bonus picks when using my promo code CLUTCH50. Go to the App Store, download DraftKings Pick 6, the orange app. When you sign up, use promo code CLUTCH50 to get your $50 instantly in bonus picks. And when you play $5, you'll receive your $50 instantly in bonus picks. First, I want to help you guys out because I know everyone needs VC, especially when it comes to creating a new build. When this video reaches 3,000 likes, I'll give 3 lucky subscribers who have my post notifications turned on 200,000 VC per person. So if you are new to my channel, make sure you click that subscribe button right now with post notifications turned on so you don't miss out on the opportunity. And when you are finished clicking like and subscribe, just comment the word best build so I know you are done. And as soon as this video reaches 3,000 likes, the 3 lucky subscribers will be announced. When you make it to the My Player Builder, we're going to create a brand new save file and then click create your own. On this page, you're going to fill out your handedness, your left or right handed. If you do mess up and select the wrong handedness, you can change that after you make your build. So let's say you mess up, you don't have to make a new one and waste another $100 on VC. So I'll show you how to do that later in this video. For jersey number doesn't matter. Let's continue on. What I'm going to tell y'all boys right now, this first build is going to be for about 3 to 5 cap breakers depending on where you are at on your grind within 2K. Keep this in mind on what you'll be able to do with your build. Also, really quick, if you want to change your My Player's appearance on how he looks, click RB or R1 and go to detailed view. And on the right side, you can actually choose your body type. I got toned, buff, or even stocky. For this build, we're gonna go with buff. It doesn't really matter. This is all just visual and personal preference. But make sure you are a shooting guard, and we're going 6'8". And our weight, we are bringing this down to 185 pounds. And the wingspan, we are going down to 6'8". Make sure you guys copy this exact template right here. This is what we are rocking with for our first version of this build. Watch until the very end because I break down my exact build that I have, which I have 12 total cap breakers. And you guys are gonna see a big difference in comparison to my current version of the build with 12 cap breakers. But obviously everybody's grinding the game and they are on their own pace. So you might not have as many cap breakers as me. And that is why I'm showing you guys is if you had 0 to 5 to 10 and so on. I don't waste no time with the build. This is how it is already created, and this would be for at least 5 cap breakers on this build. If you only have 3, it is okay because this build will still perform at the highest level while being the best that it can possibly be. Now let me break this down. Starting with our finishing category, we're gonna go straight to our driving dunk. An 87 driving dunk will get this build contact dunks. You're not gonna get the best dunk packages. However, an 87 is all you need. That is plenty. My main build with 12 plus cap breakers only gets an 81 driving dunk, and I still dunk on every single person on this game. It doesn't matter, all right? This is solely if you want to put people on the ground when dunking the ball and getting an actual considered contact dunk. So keep that in mind. If you do like contact dunks, this is a good thing for you. And you don't need to have any cap breakers for it. You have your minimum requirement of an 87 driving dunk to also go with that 75 vertical, and that is all you need. We look at our shooting category, we get a 91 mid-range before cap breakers, and we get a 93 point shot as well. And one thing I will say is this is more for a park build. I wouldn't really use this in the rec, or I wouldn't use this in Pro-Am, but you guys see the build and you can tweak it to however you like. Use me as the template guide and then go on and go do what what you have to do depending on that play style that you play or wherever you and your boys like to play at. But my first 5 cap breakers that go to this build would go to my mid-range shots. We have a 96 midi, which also gets us that Hall of Fame shifty shooter, which turns into Legend shifty shooter. After patch 2.0, they did make it harder for us to tempo fade. However, this is going to help you out so where you don't struggle. So our shooting category is elite, and as well as our finishing category, getting them contact dunks. Our next category is our playmaking category. We get a 71 pass act for that silver dimer, and if you use your +1 max badge upgrade, you can get this to gold. You have an 86 ball handle with an 80 speed with balls, so you get the best and fastest dribble moves while being the fastest possible offensive player. And then for our defensive category, which is extremely valid, we have a 60 interior, 85 perimeter defense, 56 steal, 79 block rating. An 85 perimeter defense is 100% not the best. However, with this second patch, they did make it harder for us to shoot. So you will still get stops with the hand in the face, but you most definitely need to jump. If you guys don't know anything about the block rating, this is going to help you with your contests inside the 3-point line. So if you max out your block rating, you're going to get way more contests inside the arc, especially if people are spamming fades after patch. And last but not least, the most important part is our physicals. Look at how fast this build is at 6'8". We have an 87 speed, which is unreal. And we have an 89 agility. So that means on defense, we're going to be able to guard anybody going left, right behind the screen. We have a 60 strength, which isn't the best, but with this play style and how this build plays, you're not going to really be running into the paint like that, if that makes sense. To go with that 75 vert to give us that bare minimum contact dunk requirement. If you don't really play this game that much and you know you'll at least get to 5 cap breakers, I really recommend this build right here. Now, the second build is going to be the exact same custom template. Like I said, all of these builds are the same. However, it's just different depending on how many cap breakers you actually have. Now, this is the second version of this build. Now, you guys will see the tweaks already, but this is if you have anywhere from 5 to 10 cap breakers, this build gets insane. Same height, same weight, same wingspan, all of that is staying the same. However, whenever you tweak these builds even more, they get even crazier. The difference between this build and the first one is that we went down with our driving dunk because we're going to use cap breakers on this, and as well as our vertical. Your specialization cap breakers are different, and they also give you more per 1 cap breaker. So we have to finesse a whole bunch, but as you guys can see with this build already, we improved our defensive and offensive rebound. We improved our perimeter defense, and as well as our speed. We matched our speed with our agility, both being 89, so we're the fastest possible build being 6'8". It's kind of insane if you think about it. Like, to me, this is the most broken build to touch 2K in years, genuinely. Maybe since 2K23's 6'9" demigod. Our first 5 cap breakers will automatically go to my mid-range, giving us that 96 midi to give us that legend shifty shooter, and you're never gonna miss a mid-range. Still got that 93-point shot, so you're going to be consistent regardless. You don't have to worry about your 3-point just yet. The driving dunk, like I said, the only minimum requirement that you need for contacts is an 87. Now, if you got them extra cap breakers, you can most definitely still get an 87 driving dunk. Personally, with my play style, you don't need contact dunks. When you finally accept the fact that you don't have to go up and put somebody on the ground whenever you dunk the ball, your build can get so much better. I don't think you really understand. Our defense improves. We put 2 more on our perimeter defense to have an 89. And as well, if you have cap breakers, you can put cap breakers on your perimeter defense. And then we went lower with our vertical because you just don't need a 75 vert and an 87 driving dunk to make your build that much better. Truthfully, unless you want to be a pure slasher, dunk on everybody, then I would make a build catered towards that play style. But once again, if you guys don't like this second version of this build, if you have 5 to 10 cap breakers, you can make it to however you want to make it. Now, this is the last and final version of my 6'8" demigod build. I have 12 cap breakers at the moment, and once I create the build, I'll show you what we have created, what I use my build specialization on, how I use my cap breakers, because that's the #1 question that I get asked when playing. I'll show you guys all of my animations, and my jump shot will be coming this coming Tuesday, so stay tuned. First, we're gonna go with our finishing category. We're bringing this close shot to a 77, so make sure you guys note that 77 close shot to go with a 71 driving layup. And to be honest, if you watch my streams, I make an insane amount of layups, especially contested ones. Now for our driving dunk category, we are only bringing this to a 63, and I'm going to show you guys this when we get to the cap breaker screen, and y'all are probably freaking out saying, Clutch, what are you doing with the 63 driving dunk? Also, if you ever want to watch me play, I try to stream every single day on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you guys have my notifications turned on. I also give back in a lot of my streams, so it's a win-win. Standing dunk, we're gonna bring this to a 45. You need nothing higher, nothing lower. Post control is going to a 51. Now let's continue on to our shooting category. My shooting category, I go with the 92 mid-range, which actually isn't needed. All right, you really don't need a 92. If I were to recreate this build to make it even better, I would stick with that 91 midi to go with 5 caps on my mid-range shot to get to a 96. 97 mid-range is not necessary, so I'm gonna show y'all boys the build that I would create if I were to make this absolutely perfect. 91 mid-range, and then we're gonna bring this 3-point shot to a 90 as well. And let's move on to our playmaking category. Pass accuracy is going to a 71. All you need in the park, at least for myself, some might disagree, but with Gold Dimer, I never have an issue. I don't throw Stevies at all, especially on the 2s court. Just my play style, I just don't. It's very rare if I throw a turnover. Ball handle, max it out to an 86. Your speed with ball to an 80. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do need to do research on myself for the animations that require an 86. After doing research, you only need an 85 ball handle. I'm not sure why I would go 86. That is on me. I guess the only difference is that you get ankle assassin on silver compared to bronze. So to make the perfect build, go down 1 with your ball handle. Now let's go on to our interior defense. We're gonna bring this to a 60 interior defense. Our perimeter defense goes all the way up to a 94, so you guys can see the big jump already within our defensive category. You'll get way more stops having that higher prim. We're gonna skip our steal, keep it at a 64, upgrade our block all the way just for right now. Since we went down 1 with our ball handle and we went down with our mid-range, we'll probably have way more space to upgrade something else. But for right now, that's what I'm rocking. Offensive rebound is going to a 60, and our defensive rebound is going to a 65, and we're gonna just keep it at this. Our physicals, we're maxing out the speed, so we have an 89, maxing out the agility so that we have an 89. Strength goes to a 60, and our vert also goes to a 60. So we can also put this up way more, so you have 7 extra attributes for our vertical. What we could do is go to our steal and upgrade this 4, or we could go to our interior defense and upgrade that 6 more. Well, let's say you like to play the rec, you could bring your pass act more, or if you put your free throw up, you could have a 98 free throw. This might be the best rec build, 6'8" build you could possibly make. This looks insanely valid, but for myself, I don't play the rec. What I would do here is up my vertical just a little bit, probably to a 63. And then just because if I do play rec with this build, I would bring this to a 90, so you will not struggle. Now, overall, this is the best build if you have more than 10 cap breakers. Now, you can get them through lifetime challenges, hitting level 40 in every season, you know, your rep rewards. That is how you get your cap breakers. So there's a lot of ways to get your cap breakers, and over time, you're gonna have a lot to work with, and that can make your build insane. Let's see for ourselves right in front of our eyeballs plays like Roland Blackman, Klay Thompson, and Ray Allen. We got ourselves a 2-way ISO sniper. First thing you're gonna do when you finish getting out of the builder, you're gonna go to build specialization. You're going to select shooting so you get even more caps for your shooting. And let me show you guys what my build is looking like with all of my cap breakers applied. Now, I think this build could be even better if I made that last version that I just showed you guys. Now, if we take a look at the cap breaker screen, this is what I did with my caps. My first 5 cap breakers went to my mid-range shot, and that got me to a 97. But remember, the newest version that I made only goes to a 96 because that is all you need. I went 1 extra for no reason. And then my very next cap breakers, so 6, would go to my driving dunk, and 7 plus 63 gives us a 70 driving dunk. This is exactly why I went with a 63 driving dunk to use 1 cap breaker on it to get to a 70. Take a look at the dunks you're able to get with a 70 driving dunk. This is real. All you have to do is run to the paint, hold X. You get all of these animations every single time. This looks like prime LeBron James back on the Miami Heat. Call me crazy, 2K messed up. And look at the requirements. 70 driving dunk with a 50 vertical requirement. And you can still yam on heads. I promise you, the most broken dunk package in the game. Flashy off 1. Go crazy with it. That's the sauce. This is the exact reason why I did not go with an 87 driving dunk, because in my opinion, there's no reason to put people on the floor for that much extra on your build. And then I took 2 more cap breakers, put it on my 3-point shot just to have that higher rating so we are more consistent. I put 1 cap breaker on my perimeter defense to get that to a 95 to have the best possible defense, because before the patch, everybody was making every single shot. It didn't matter what defense you had. Then I put 2 build specialization cap breakers on my vertical, and that got me to a 68 vert. Now, if you guys are curious on my badges, this is what I'm working with. Legend Shifty Shooter, Gold Lightning Launch, Legend Deadeye, Legend Slippery Off Ball, Gold Limitless Range, Gold Dimer, Gold Handles for Days, Silver Box Out Beast, underrated badge by the way, and Legend Set Shot Specialist. This is what your badge will look like once you have maxed out your entire build. The animations for my build, this is what we look like. Dribble style Zach LaVine, signature size up Tracy McGrady, breakdown combos Devin Booker, escape moves Jimmy Butler, combo moves Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball crossover, SGA behind the back, Penny Hardaway spin, Kobe White hesitation, Devin Booker step back, Kobe Bryant triple threat style. Go-to shot on this build is Kevin Durant. My dribble pull-up is Pro 2, and the most that y'all always ask me for is what is your motion style? Because this build is so fast, we get the fastest motion style tested by 2K Labs, which is Alex Caruso. Last but not least, before I forget, if you want to change your handedness during, whenever you want to play, go to your vitals, and you guys can see handedness at the very bottom, left or right-handed. You can change this whenever you want. You can change your jersey number whenever you want. That is how you change your handedness without creating a brand new saved build. If y'all boys want VC, drop a like on the video right now. And if you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button with post notifications turned on so you never miss out on any opportunities and on any tips, any tricks to become a better player on NBA 2K. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.